I'm talking to Lauren Greenfield, the director of Queen of Versailles. Hello. And I was wondering, could you tell us why the house, such a big house, is an important part of American dream?
Well, there's always been a connection between the house and home ownership and the American dream. And I was interested in Jackie and David's story when Jackie told me that they were building the biggest house in America. And it seemed like the ultimate expression of the American dream, that during the boom we saw the house become bigger and bigger, and not just a place to live or to raise a family, but a place to express your identity, your success. And that was how the story with Jackie and David began.
Okay, can you tell us, did it change after the economical crisis in 2008?
The story very much changed along the way. I'm a photographer, and I'd been working for many years on a project about wealth and consumerism and the American dream. And I started it as this kind of story of excess. They were building the biggest house in America, a 90,000 square foot house inspired by the Palace of Versailles, with pools and a football field and a spa and a bowling alley and an ice skating rink. A year into the filming, the timeshare business, which was David's business, he was a billionaire, the timeshare king, was very seriously affected by the economic crisis, and they had to put their house on the market. At that point, when they had to give up their dream, put their house for sale, I realized that their story was really an allegory about the overreaching of America, and a supersized foreclosure story similar to what so many Americans had gone through, and the story really changed.
Do you think that the process of being characters, protagonists in your film changed the Siegels somehow? And can you tell something about that?
I think the amazing thing about the Siegels is how they were unchanged by the cameras. We filmed over an almost 3-year period, and the incredible thing about Jackie and David is they opened their doors when things were great, and I was documenting their building the biggest house in America, David's legacy, something of which he was very proud, but they kept their doors open equally wide when they struggled, and they never asked me to stop the cameras. And I think that was really the beauty of them as characters. It was their candor and their honesty, and they're willing to be vulnerable in front of the camera. And we see that the stress and strain from financial crisis, we see the stress on the relationship, on the home environment, and I think ultimately that allows us to relate to them and sympathize with them, even though it begins as such an outsized, extreme story where we don't know if we'll ever relate to them.
Okay, can you tell me, that's the last question, how does your house look like?
My house is, well, I live in Venice Beach, so it's kind of an artist community, and it's kind of modern and open, and it's very much a work-live space. As a photographer and a filmmaker and a mother, we work and live kind of all in one. So my studio is in the back, and it's very California. There's a bridge, an outdoor bridge that goes to my studio.